Good morning. Are you a business owner, or are you going to start a new business? Do you want to incorporate it or create a business entity? So if you want to create an LLC, there are few steps in the process, and I just wanted to share with you 8 steps to create your own LLC. You can hire a lawyer to do some part for you, or you can do it yourself. It might take some time for you if you are not familiar with the process, but it will be a learning process for you as well. So if you don't have the financial resources to hire a lawyer, an attorney to do it for you, you'll be able to do it yourself. So this video is just going to be about the 8 steps to create your own LLC. So I have my computer here and I'll be looking at my notes. So step 1 will be to file a certificate of organization with your state. Some states call it article of organization. So you have to check with your states to see the terminology they use. But I'm just going to use certificate of organization because that's what we use in the state that I live. So step 2, you will get approved within days. So you just have to check their website. You can file online. I believe many states will allow online filing. So when you file online, you can get approved within a day. So you can just check their website every few hours, or within 24 hours you should be approved if you file properly. So step 3, you'll go to IRS website and you will apply for EIN number, employer identification number. So I believe you might get approved right away. I'm not entirely sure. I think last time that I did it, I got approved right away. So you'll get approved, and in step 4, you'll get a letter from them. So you might expect that letter, and that letter will specify the different forms and the frequency, their filing frequencies as well. So keep that letter in your record properly, because after 5 years, especially if you don't follow your tasks properly, you may not remember what you are required to file. So that form, that letter you'll receive from them, you'll have, if you are filing, if your entity is LLC, that will have form 940. Yes, form 940, and that's federal unemployment tax, and that is due by January 31st every year. So that's the filing frequency, once a year. And you will have form 1065 to file for your LLC federal tax. You will have form, IRS my state, depending on how you fill up the form for your EIN number, IRS might require you to file form 944, which is annual federal employer withholding tax, and that is due once a year by January 31st, or 941, which is quarterly federal withholding tax, and that is due every quarter. So you'll have those forms listed in the letter, and that will help you know what form you need to file and when you need to file. So that's step 4. Step 5, you register with your IN number. You'll go to your state Department of Revenue. You just Google it in Google, and you'll find their website, and you will register for business permits. So they will ask you different questions, and depending on how you answer those questions, you will receive a letter. That's step 6. You will receive a letter from them as well. But in step 5, when you register, they'll ask you questions about the type of permit you want. So they'll ask for consumer use tax, they'll ask for withholding tax, they'll ask for corporation partnership income tax and sales tax. So they'll ask for those if you are requesting those permits, so you can choose what you want as well. And then you'll get a letter from them, and that will list the permits and their numbers as well. So you'll get in the letter, you'll get business e-file and pay. Here we call it BEN number, yeah, BEN, and that will allow you to file online as well. So, and you'll get they will put the state withholding permit number as well. They will list the frequency. Mine is quarterly, so if they requested that you file your withholding tax every quarter, but you don't, maybe you are the only business owner and at the early stage you don't make enough in the business to pay yourself and you don't withhold anything, you still need to file online and just put 0. If your withholding is 0, you have to file. That's the same thing as IRS as well. Even if your withholding is 0, even if your unemployment tax is 0, you have to file and put that 0 there. It's a requirement to file those taxes. And the state will give you a state sales tax permit as well if you request it, depending on what your business is about. So step 7, now it will be your city. You go to your city, you can do that online. You go to the city website and you just type permits or home occupation permits on the search bar, and then you will, I'm sure you will find a form, you fill it up, you'll print it out, you'll fill it up. So it will be, I think that the department, if I don't know, it depends on every cities, but the department will be I'm not seeing it, yeah. So that I will call it home occupation permit from your city planning and housing department. So you'll have a lot of things on the paper and you'll just have to answer every question as accurate as possible, and you just submit it. And mine, when I did it years ago, it was $20. So pretty much what is about is, if you are going to run your business from your house, you need to ask your city permission to do that. So when I started my soap business as a sole proprietor, I did that. It was not even my LLC at that point, but I have in mind those businesses as well. So with the soap business, I pull the form, fill it out, and submit it with the $20 fee. And on the form, they ask me multiple questions. So, and I gave once, they'll ask you what you want to do in the house. So I list a soap, freelance writing, bookkeeping, tax preparations, I believe. Let me pick it up here. And those are things it's good to keep for your record, just in case a neighbor call the police on you because you are doing something that they found fishy. You want to have your permit, your home occupation permit on hand to show the police, to let them know that you apply and got approved to work from your house. So, and the form, here, yeah, is home occupation. But and when I submitted, I don't have the original form that I submitted, but it came with a letter, and the letter pretty much stated what I must have. put on the form, on their form, because they stated that I wanted to operate a soap making business which may include classes, because at that time I was thinking, well, if people are interested in it at my house, classes from home, yeah, I might do, yeah, classes from my place. And I included freelance writing and tax preparation and bookkeeping business. So, and I submitted in 2014. So then they stated that I agree that I'm now going to make changes to the premises and my business is not going to exceed 25% of the area that I have in the house, and there won't be a sign outside. So if a sign is installed later, it must meet the requirement of the city of aim. So they have that there as well. No special equipment will be used. The soap making business will use mostly household equipment such as pen, blender, drill, mold. The writing and tax preparation business will use mostly a computer and file cabinet. So I must have been quite detailed in my things, I think, because yeah, they sent me that and I have it in my record. So try to have permission from your city to run your business from home. So those are the 7 steps, and now the last step 8, will be to go to your local credit union and open a business bank account for your new business. And you'll need your identification number that you got from the IRS to do that. And when you open your bank account, you can request a debit card and a checkbook that will have your name, the president of the business, that will have your name, and that will have the business name on the card and on the checkbook. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, and I will have multiple videos, a few more videos to go a little bit in details on that. In the meantime, I like to show you this book. Is in my collection. It's here, and I picked it up a few days ago and I started reading it, but I have not gone. That is my first time reading this book. I have multiple of their books, some of them that I have read before, and I'm reading them again, but this one is my first time reading it, but I kind of like it. They say in it that it's not to be duplicated in any form or any way, to the exception to the forms at the back. And at the back, when I look at the back, it did have some forms here that will help people who just want a copy to be able to print it out. And I think they have it for different states, like for each one of the states, I think. But what I found in it as well was the article of organization. I believe they didn't have minutes first meeting here as well. They have a form for it. And I think on their website they should be able to have that. So, and I believe I came across the article of organization. So they have this state, for example, if you can see it, yeah, they have those forms at the back of the book, and they have a city as well. So I just like to read NOLO books because most of them are written by lawyers, and I just like to get lawyers' point of view on tax regulations. So, and I have that in with my books, and I came across it and I pull it out to read to see what else I can find that I don't, I can learn from anywhere. So something I can learn, that'll be great. So if you can afford to get it, you can, or otherwise you can visit the website to look for information if you are trying to incorporate your own business. They have great resources that will help you as well. Thank you for watching. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting LLC YouTube channel, owners of our blog ninasoap.com, and owners of our clothing website liberlabel.com. liberlabel.com. We sell our print on demand there, and I invite you to visit our store as well. Thank you.